Hey you all, this is Andrew Jones here for TYT Sports, and if you are a fan of the United States men's national team, you are probably freaking out right now, cursing all over social media or cursing off social media. Regardless of where you're doing that cursing at, you are just not in a happy state right now, as the United States has made it so awkward for them to qualify for Russia 2018 for the World Cup Finals with this 2-0 defeat to Costa Rica tonight here at Red Bull Arena, with now a capacity crowd of about 5 people and maybe some roaches. The United States, when they thought that this was going to be a game that they were going to take against a Costa Rica side who was notoriously bad at traveling in the hex, did not turn out to be the case. And now in Trump's America, the United States has lost home qualifiers to both Mexico and now Los Ticas. It was a defeat that was certainly bitter, fully disappointing. You could see the disgust in Bruce Arena's face during the match, and then afterwards, we had in the mixed zone both Clint Dempsey and prodigy Christian Pulisic didn't even take questions with the press. They just straight walked away all the way to the team bus, as they have their minds fully focused now on Honduras in that massive qualifier in Central America on Tuesday. It was something where the United States gave these goals to Costa Rica on just simple, basic mistakes. Goalkeeper Tim Howard, back here in New Jersey, back at the stadium of the club, his first club, had one of his roughest performances in a national team jersey. His poor kick led to Costa Rica scoring the opener with Marco Urena, finishing past him on a shot that seemed that Howard was going to save from the angle that Urena hit it from, but unfortunately it went in the back of the net for Los Ticos as they celebrated, and nervous tension for Sam's Army and the rest of the U.S. fans started to augment throughout. They couldn't find the breakthrough in the first half as the passing was poor from the front three, from Bobby Woods, lack of sagacity, Josie Altidore just not being to be able to be an effective force, and Christian Pulisic trying to figure out where he was going to be most effective on the field, as Costa Rica, Oscar Ramirez made sure that he was checked by 1 to 2 to maybe even 3 guys with how dangerous this Dortmund rising star is. And in the second half, when it seemed maybe the United States would get one to level the match and change the momentum as expected, King Keylor Navas showed why he is one of the best goalkeepers in the world once again, and for many people's eyes, the best goalkeeper in the world right now after winning another Champions League crown with Real Madrid. He had 2 remarkable saves in the second half, including stoning Josie Altidore on what looked like was going to be the leveler, only for it to not happen, and for Costa Rica to get their second goal through Arena. Once again, it was a horrendous mistake from the back from the U.S. Jeff Cameron, who also may have had his worst game in a national team jersey, delivered about his 4th or 5th terrible pass of the game, which was the genesis of Arena, finishing simply past Howard to secure the 3 points and send all the Los Ticos fans out in full delirium all over the field. They were getting their Olay chants going on, which is never a good sign for a U.S. team taking on a Hispanic nation when the Olay chants go around, even when you're at home on U.S. soil. So the United States knows that after this stinging defeat, losing all 6 points to Costa Rica in the hex, that they have to have a response down in Honduras, especially with Honduras' exploits tonight. They could leave this stage of the hex with one group of match days left in 4th place in the qualifiers. Now, if they finish 4th, they still will be alive for World Cup chances, but then they will have to go into a nerve-wracking playoff scenario that they don't want to put themselves into. So, a response is required from this United States national team against Honduras on Tuesday. What will the lineup be? Will Arena stick with this 4-3-3? Will he decide to play both Cameron and Reem as center backs? Cameron is obviously someone that's a regular choice with the squad, but he was horrendous today, absolutely shambolic. And Reem doesn't deserve to get himself out the starting lineup, but Arena may be tempted to mix it up. He may decide to bring Omar Gonzalez back. Graham Zuzi wasn't effective at right back going forward, even though he contained Brian Oviedo as much as possible. And you have to question with how the front three struggled to maintain great chemistry and focus throughout, how the decision making wasn't there with Bobby Wood, with Josie Altidore and Kristen Pulisic. How will Bruce Arena form his lineup and who he will select in his lineup when they have this crucial qualifier for Honduras? We shall see what takes place. All we can say is that all those Jurgen Klinsmann lovers, those obsessed Jurgen Klinsmann lovers who somehow think that this guy wasn't the mediocre manager that he's always been throughout his career, are celebrating this tonight and getting at Bruce Arena and trying to say that, aha, the players are the fault, not Klinsmann. All that can be said right now was that they are morons if they're saying this, and the fact that Bruce Arena knows that a response is required on Tuesday against Honduras. So, for TYT Sports, I'm Andrew Jones, and may you not curse too much, United States men's national team fans tonight, but my message will ring hollow since you're already doing it and will continue to do it until they get back into winning ways and secure their berth in Russia, if they do. Once again, I'm Andrew Jones for TYT Sports. Peace.